Nicholas. I was a little creative last year where I mixed a number of different plants together, and since you have a chira now, you can see what I've done. I've got a chira rather densely planted just for itself, and then between them I've got sweet corn. You can see the sweet corn. And to top that off, there's a squash. It's going to grow in amongst the understory. Now, I expect these achira to get 6-7 feet tall. Same with the corn. They both grew, the species of corn, it's a loft house paradise sweet corn, grew about the same height as the achira. And with the squash having the big leaves like this, it can live in the shade. Got a lot of surface to collect the dappled sunlight that comes through. And I got climbing beans in here. Like 3 or 4 of them. I gotta find them. There's another one. See, I directed it to climb up the achira because the achira is tougher than the sweet corn at this stage. You know, you're really supposed to plant the beans like 3 or 4 weeks after sweet corn, or else it'll smother the sweet corn. Well, I directed up this achira, and it took it last year. There's one right there coming up, this one. So we're going to find out again. This is the second year I'm trying this. Oh yeah, and there's a potato in here too. That's a volunteer. See how that goes. This is just a little spot. And there's a lot of food growing right here right now. There's a comfrey here to the right. And over the top of this there's a apricot tree branches growing over the top and kind of shading it a little bit. Black raspberries in the background. Edible burdock. I'll have to send you some of those. On one side, so it's bordered by burdock and comfrey and blackberries, black raspberries. How about that? This is my 4th barrel full of greens for fermenting. It's full. The major ingredient here is comfrey this time. Secondary is skirret. And then there's a mix of all types of other plants, including burdock, thistles, I don't know, goldenrod, tansy, jewelweed. But this is the 4th one. If you want to see how I packed one of these barrels and why I do it, you can look back in some of my videos this year. You can find all the information you need, why I do this, why I ferment wild plants. Fermenting enhances the nutrients of plants. I was doing a little weeding and I accidentally pulled out a couple beets, and I thought, man, I'm getting behind on these things. I've got so much to eat, I don't know what to grab first. So, you gotta thin these out. You gotta find out where there's a lot of them. Those aren't big enough yet. Here's 2 of them together, and one's a little bit bigger. Not much bigger. We gotta thin them out. It's kind of by itself. There's 2 of them together, not quite. Ooh, look at that nice big one. Let's get that out of there. Yeah, okay, that looks nice. That's a weed there. Ooh, there's 2 nice ones over there. There's actually 3 together there. Let's pull 2 of them out. Boy, these little nice ones, these little ones are sweet. Here, now it's going to get some sun. Maybe these other ones will bulb up nice too. Let's see what we got here. There. Can't even get them all in my hand. There. It's a nice little handful of beets right there. Yeah, why not?
So I got to keep up with my kohlrabi eating because I'm growing a lot. I've got 2 of them hidden back in here, and I know one of them's getting big. You can tell by the leaf here. Oh yeah, look at that one. That's a nice one. So I got to get that one out of here because it's in here tight. I got a hardware cloth here holding in this little bed of potatoes and peas, and I've got that lineup of Swedish soup peas that are 8 feet tall, way up there. So I gotta put this camera down somewhere. Yeah. Got a nice rain yesterday. Looks like it rained a little last night. We got a lot of heat, so this rain is gonna work out pretty good with the heat. I got it. I think. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, big thing, eh? Kind of overkill using the loppers for these branches, but it's not for cutting out the root because that root is strong. Yeah. So I got a few other things I'm sure I can pick here for breakfast. Well, this will be breakfast and lunch and probably a couple snacks besides, along with what else I'm picking. So let's go see what we can find. Oh, you know what? There was an asparagus that I think was ready. Let me go see if we can see that. So since we're in here, we should grab a onion because I like eating onions with them. I like having onions, all the yums with my breakfast. Look at the luscious berries. There's the nutty pine doing pretty good. It's right in here. Ooh, there's one of my slug eating buddies. Right here. Okay. There's a nice asparagus growing right here. So we come down here and it gets tough. About that far down it starts getting tough. Right there's where I'm gonna grab her. Yeah. There's another little one growing right here too. Might be able to get that in a little while. There. Fresh asparagus in the month of July. You get that once in a while. There's another one coming up here too, and I was going to grab it, and then time got by, and well, it's still pretty flexible here. Oh yeah. Let's grab that one too. Yeah. Growing up in the shade of itself. That's why it's so tender. How about that now? Everything is wet. And I'm getting wet too. There. There's the picture right there. That's for breakfast. And probably for lunch too. Unless we eat most of that kohlrabi raw before we get to lunch. I guess that's a lot of asparagus too, so there'll definitely be lunch in here. That's a picture right there.
That's another new one I haven't seen before. Ooh, now he's giving us a back view. Well, the dragonflies really like this backyard. What a gorgeous dragonfly. Can't hold it steady. Oh, we got a red one. Right there. Display. Oh, wow. I could hardly hold it. Hey, you come right back, but I can't do it no more. Besides, there's another one here. He's all brown. Whew. He's back right there. They got their little perches that they like to be on. There's some sort of cocoon in this pawpaw tree. look like there's something moving on the other side of it. Let's wade in here and see. I don't know what it is. Huh. I think that nannyberry needs a little help. It's got a wild grapevine taking it over. It looks like it's got some pretty nice berries on it. Yeah. Huh. There's a whole bunch of these. They just hatched out of a nest box that's on my property. These little house wrens are everywhere right now, which is great. That golden dragonfly came all the way over here. Ooh, look at what I got here. This is a hybrid tayberry. They don't taste that great, and I'm sure there's nutrients in it. Where the skies are really feverish right now. It's a different one than the one in the back. This one's a little smaller. Cool. Oh, here's another one. Here's the other one, way over here. Oh, he flew off already. Oh, no, it's just moved up. Oh, come on back. You were in a good spot. It's not as good a spot, but it's okay. These dragonflies are all in my backyard. Skies are threatening. Since I'm here, this is a nutty pine that I planted about 6 years ago. Came from somebody out of North Carolina. They claimed they were like a dwarf Korean nut pine. They'd made nice pine nuts. So I planted 5 of them here, and 2 of them are alive. Actually, I think the other 3 are alive too. I transplanted them. They were doing poorly, and I transplanted them into my wildland up north. So here's the other one right here. They're both really doing well in this heat. Fast growth. The skies are feverish today. It's rained once, kind of a downpour for a little while, and now it's just really feverish, just thundering all the time. Not loud, just rumble, rumble. And the sky split into